number one, first Pinterest Room podcast. Now, we've been doing this for a while. Like during the pandemic, we were on Clubhouse like every week. So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. However, doing it weekly on YouTube, super different, which is where the podcast will be hosted. And then we're also on Spotify and iTunes as well. How y'all doing? Okay. Listen, if you are watching us live, please place your name in the comments. Let me know that you're here. Tell me a little bit about yourself, what your business is. Okay. Tell me what your business is. You always want to shout out because you know these replays are worldwide, and you never know who's going to be watching the replays, looking at the comments, and say, you know what? I need to get in touch with that person because I need a little bit of what they got to offer. So definitely talk to me. I see I got a couple of people that are inside of the comments. So definitely let me know. All righty. Let me introduce myself to those of you that are new. This is day one of the Pinterest Room podcast every Wednesday or every Wednesday, every other Wednesday, right? Still trying to get that schedule together. We're going to be talking about all things Pinterest. And the reason why, hey, Jacqueline, how are you today, Queen? Thanks for joining in. Type in the comments, hello, Bianca. Welcome inside of the very first Pinterest Room podcast episode. Definitely type your comments in the chat and let me know what questions you got. If you're watching live on YouTube or the Facebook, definitely type your name in the chat. Also, you have to give StreamYard permission to use your name. So definitely go ahead and take care of all of that. Alrighty. Facebook user, because it just says Facebook user. Okay. I want to, Tanya, you got to give StreamYard your approval. As many lives as you do, girl. Don't make me break out and become a coach on this. I'm supposed to be a podcaster right now. Thanks for jumping in, Tanya of Accent and Glory. Listen, I gotta shout you out later on because that's a whole. I got my package. It's a whole like I can't even show the people because it's a surprise. But I'm in love with my products. Thank you so much. On Clubhouse, we've got Bianca. Bianca is in Houston, baby. We're in Houston. We're in Texas, baby. This ain't Texas. Alrighty. She's not on YouTube, but I can go, no, you're fine on Clubhouse. You're fine. I'm streaming on multiple platforms, so you're fine right here. Louisiana. And last name is Houston. She's in, is it Louisiana or LA? You know, I'm supposed to be in LA in June with speaking in June. Uh-huh. With Lisa Nichols. Bianca, hit me up on the DMs because I need to know where to go for brunch, where to go for happy hour. If you in LA, like we need to hook up, okay? Even if it's just a quick, All right. Listen, let's get started. This is the Pinterest Room podcast, and this is where we're literally taking what we started years ago on these clubhouse streets, and we're just making it international. We're broadcasting on YouTube. You'll be able to get those replays. And this is where you're able to get all the answers to the questions that you have and a little bit of education as well. Okay. Because we always need to have education on how we go. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for jumping in from the DMV. I love it. Tanya's from North Carolina. We got LA in the house. I'm loving it. So, what I want to do today is just kind of set the mood for this podcast since it's our first one. And I am going to answer a couple of questions that I've received from some clients this week who couldn't be here live. And if you can't be here live, you always have the option to go in to the comments of any of my social media posts that highlights this podcast and throw your questions in there. I've got to simplify that thing. I got to create like a whole like doc. I'll do like a little doc, a little form. I'll get my VA to do that. But listen, what we're going to do inside of this is we're broadcasting every week on Clubhouse. we're broadcasting on YouTube, and we're broadcasting inside of our private community. And our private community is Black Pinterest. Now, Black Pinterest is a community that I created that helps Black and melanated entrepreneurs to be able to leverage and monetize the platform of Pinterest. Every year, we host a live event called Black Pinterest Live every February during the Blackest month of the year. And next year, we're going to be in the DMV. It's going to be hosted at an amazing facility. We're actually going to take Black Pinterest Live to the spa. So we're going to be hosted inside of a beautiful spa. So it's actually a 2-for-1. It's a conference and a spa day all wrapped into one. If you're interested in jumping into Black Pinterest, there's the website right there. Just go to www.blackpinterest.com. You'll be able to join the group inside, and then we're also going to be hosting some other things inside of that community as well, but I can't share that because I haven't shared it with them yet. Let's get started because I do want to honor your time. We're only going to be on here for a short period today because it's our first day, but it's our jump off. So I want everybody to celebrate in the comments and let the people know how excited you are about Pinterest. And then if you're on Pinterest, definitely share your Pinterest URL so that people can follow you as well. Now, why do we need Pinterest? Right? Why is Pinterest important? Maybe it's your first time here. Maybe it's something that you've heard about, but you just can't wrap your head around the why. So let me get into it. Let me help you wrap your head around the why of showing up on Pinterest. Pinterest is a free platform, number one. So as we're going inside of this free platform, I want you to understand that people on Pinterest only go to Pinterest to look up a thing. They're looking for information. They're looking for education. They're trying to solve a problem. Think about when you go to Pinterest. Most entrepreneurs that I speak with, they're like, I don't ever think about Pinterest for my business, but I use it for my personal. Like, I'm looking up this and I'm looking up that. And I said, think about your user journey when you are inside of that space. Think about your user journey when you are inside of Pinterest. And when you are looking up these items, when you are looking up these things, this information, where does the information lead you? Does it lead you to a blog that gives you more information? And inside of the blog, there are more links. And the links you'll click on if you want more information. The more information you want, the more you'll dig, right? So you'll click on the links, and the links will take you to a site. And the site will connect you with the author of the blog. Then you'll get to look around the site and you'll say, oh, this person's got what I need, right? This person's serving up what I need. So let me stay connected to them. Maybe they have a free lead magnet. Maybe they have a free trial for a course. Maybe they have a free subscription model for a coaching program. Maybe they have a really inexpensive, less than $10 item that you can purchase just because you stumbled upon their website, right? It's like a feeder. It's like a small feeder sale, right? And it's something that you need because it connects with the why you went on Pinterest to search in the first place. And it's going to give you value, and it's going to solve a very, very tiny pain point. So you get your product and you love your product. Now, through that user journey, you got more education, you got more information, you got inspired because you were connected with someone who can give you the solutions. You want to stay connected with them. You purchase the small thing that they gave you because the small thing that they gave you is going to help you solve a tiny pain point. It's not going to solve the whole thing, but you know what? If it solves this one thing and it's successful, guess what? I'm in. You got me. I'm loyal. When I purchased the sale, I gave you my email address. So just from writing that one article or posting that one post that you converted from Instagram and Facebook and you repurposed it on Pinterest, and then you judged it up with all the Pinteresty things that I teach you inside of the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp and inside of the Pinterest Room coaching program. It's a month-to-month subscription model, $49 a month. Now you've gotten a new client. And for every new client that you get, There are thousands of other clients just like that new client that's just looking for information. They're not connected with you on Instagram because they may not be Instagrammers. They're not connected with you on Facebook because they may be on Facebook, but they don't use Facebook, right? They're not connected with you on LinkedIn because they're not a business owner. They're not an entrepreneur. They're not inside of the corporate world. So that's not their thing, right? It's not their jam. But everybody in the world can be on Pinterest because when you go to Google and search, Pinterest pops up all of this information. And so because Pinterest pops up all of this information, right? Anybody can be on Pinterest because it's a search engine. Google's a search engine. We're on YouTube. YouTube's a search engine. Pinterest is a search engine. And people are floored when I tell them that Pinterest is the third largest search engine. Google's number one. YouTube's number two. Pinterest is number three. And go to Google right now and just type up something that you're interested in. I don't care what it is. Listen, we were talking about muscadine wine. So I got this, actually, this is the juice, not the wine, but I'm going to take this inside of my Pilates class tomorrow, and we're going to do a taste test because one of my clients, she ordered some. So it's her muscadine juice against my muscadine juice. Mine came from the hills of North Carolina, like right down the street from where I was born and raised. I'll let you know who won. But it could be Google muscadine juice, okay? I'm always snacking. Google hickory smoked almonds, okay? Google businesses on Pinterest. Google your business and see what pops up, right? Not your business name, but 3 things that describe your business. And I want you to just look down the list that Google pulls for you in the search. And I want you to look at how many Pinterest links are there in terms of the articles, in terms of just your pins. You can post, you can do 50 posts. They call them pins on Pinterest, right? And each one of those can have a separate link individually inside of the pin. Pinterest was the first to do it. It's not all of this convoluted stuff that Instagram makes you go through, right? So this is why Pinterest is important for your business, especially in the start of Q4, especially as we are onboarding spring and as we are jumping into summer. People are already thinking about summer. Okay, they already buying their summer outfits. They're paying off their last little, payments on their summer trips. They're planning for 2025. People are already in this thing of let me shed my winter skin, let me jump out. This is the time that your business can really grow if you leverage an SEO platform because people are not on social media as much, but they are always looking and searching for the solutions that can help them solve their life's problems, the things that are going to make their lives easier. They're always looking for those things. So make sure that you understand in this season of spring, in this season where summer is on the cusp, in this season where people are outside, okay? In this season when people are literally in those streets, this is the time that we need to leverage other platforms where people don't have to necessarily know you to get to you. They just need to know the problems that they have and have a strong desire to eliminate them. The people that have a strong desire to eliminate those problems are ready to pay you. They're looking for steps. They're looking for solutions. People are ready. Like they're ready for you. So it's important for us to understand that. And as we're growing in this season of the Pinterest Room podcast, as we are stepping into spring and really feeling what it feels like, even though it don't feel like spring here in the DMV. Okay. In the DMV, it is chilly, it is cold, it is raining. Okay. And spring break was all of those things. But if you want a simpler way to attract clients, to grow your tribe, to grow your raving fans, the people who are looking for you, the people that are 10 toes down with you, the people that are like, you know what? I went on Pinterest and I found this amazing person that makes natural jewelry, like handmade jewelry, carousel jewelry, earrings, bracelets, hair accessories. It's like the most different. If you're looking for the most different things, you need to check out Accent and Glory. You need to check out Accent and Glory. I found her on Pinterest. And you can see all of the things that she's doing. She even has handbags now. Don't make me get this handbag, Tanya. Don't make me get this handbag. Don't make me get this handbag. Don't listen, Linda. I listen. Accent and Glory. Accent and Glory. I don't just be talking, okay? I rep. I rep for my people. I love my bag. Um, So that's the why for Pinterest, right? And so if you're not on Pinterest, there is a free, it's only free for the next couple of days because I've had it free for the last year. And the community that I had it free for, they didn't really take advantage of it. So I said, I'm gonna slap a price on it. So if you want it for free, definitely go to the website that's scrolling underneath me, www.ebonybizdiva.com. You'll be able to go. There's a link in my navigation for freebies. You'll be able to find it. There's also a link in the navigation for communities where you can join my community as well. There is a very user friendly Pinterest business one-on-one course that I created. And that course is going to help you to be able to understand not only how to navigate, but it's going to give you actionable steps to do it. Right. So it's going to show you what things mean because sometimes when we go to a different platform, things just don't look the same. We're used to the platforms that we're used to. And because we're used to those platforms that we're used to, it's a little challenging. And when things are challenging, we don't gravitate to them. So let's take the challenge out of things, right? Go into it. So as we're talking about Pinterest and we're talking about the users of Pinterest and we're talking about all the things that can happen on the platform of Pinterest. Let's get into some real tea right now, okay? Let's get into some real tea. I'm going to share my screen and I want to share this statistic with you that I think you probably weren't aware of, but we're about to jump into it. We're about to jump into it real quick and real fast. Alrighty. So, Christmas in July on Pinterest, holiday planning starts as early as July. I want to leave that fact with you. I want you to marinate on it. Now, we're in the month of April. We just stepped in it. You're like, why? Why are we talking about Pinterest in July and Christmas? And because Black Friday, we got to get ready for it. And I start getting ready for Black Friday in July and August every single year. That's what I do. And people used to think, oh my God, like that's so crazy. But if you want to be ready when people are searching for you, then there's some work that needs to be done. And I also want you to understand there's money on the platform. Like money is the thing that helps us as entrepreneurs go around and keep moving. So instead of chasing, we need to start attracting and showing up. Sometimes you just got to walk through the door and show up, right? But if you don't open the door and walk through, how will people ever know that you're there? So if you're watching this and even hashtag replay, and this is for those of you that are on Pinterest, but maybe haven't given it the attention to detail, or those of you that have not even started Pinterest, but it's on your list of things to do. And it's been on your list of things to do, right? Or those of you that have never thought about Pinterest, but now you're side-eyeing Pinterest like, Christmas in July? If you fit into any one of those molds, right? I want you to just type me in the comments. Just type me in the comments. And this is whether you're on YouTube, you're on Clubhouse, you're on LinkedIn, wherever you're on Facebook, in our Facebook community, wherever you land, right? Just put me in the comments. And the reason why I want you to put me in the comments is because if you put me in the comments, then that way you'll see how many of you, even hashtag replay, put me in the comments if this is you. You'll see how many other people are also thinking the same thing that you're thinking. Now, we're on a couple of different platforms, and I know some of us are using YouTube to leverage our courses. We're actually using YouTube to leverage our live streams, right? So this is another fact for you, because today we're answering the question, why Pinterest? Why Pinterest, right? That's the number one question until someone asks me a question in the comments, right? If you're on YouTube, please understand that 77% of Pinterest users, that's 3/4. That's not 1/8, that's not 1/2, that's 3/4. That's if you had 100 Pinterest users in a room, 75 of them are also on YouTube. Do you know how major that is for podcasters, video podcasters? Because now you're getting some information on how your clients like to receive information. If they're on Pinterest, they already know. They already know I'm searching for something. So you know if they're on Pinterest, they're serious. They're not on there to see what you had for dinner last night, what you wore on your vacation. They're not there to congratulate your child on the award they got. They're there because they're looking for something and they found you. So if they're looking for something and they found you, and 77% of them are also on this platform of YouTube, which is hosting our podcast, that means that you can connect to more people by showing up on Pinterest and letting them know about your podcast or your lives or your shorts, right? They call YouTube Reels shorts, just FYI. So now we're getting a little bit more information about why. And now we're crossing into the section of who, right? Who? Now, this is another quick tea I want to serve for you. The search engine on Pinterest sees more than 5 billion monthly searches. Now, grab that number. Grab that number. Okay. Do the math because I'm on live. So I'm using my phone for Clubhouse. So you pull out your calculators. Okay, let's go back to math. Let's go back. Yes, Tanya. Yes. Don't make me get on you. You go live every week. There's no reason why you can't go live at the same time on YouTube. There's no reason. None. It's just a button. It's just a button. Okay. Everybody pull out your calculators. I want you to do some quick math. So if there's 5 billion monthly searches, Jacqueline, I want you listening to me. It's 5 billion monthly searches. Now, we already said that 77% of Pinterest users are on YouTube. Do the math. I want you to do the math. Somebody post that number for me in the chats because I'm talking. I can't calculate and add at the same time. It's too much for me. It's too much for me. Do that. Place that number inside of the comments. 5 billion monthly users and 77% of those users are on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? Because numbers don't lie. And I used to work for the bank. I worked for the bank for 7 years. I started at Great Western when I lived in South Florida, Coral Springs, Florida. And then when I moved back to North Carolina, it was bought out by Nations Bank, which then became Bank of America. So I was a head teller during that time. So one thing I love is numbers. Okay. The numbers don't lie. So if we're talking about 5 billion every month, 5 billion, 77% of that 5 billion, they live on YouTube, right? They live on YouTube. And so that's important for you to understand that, because now if you have a video presence inside of your business, now there is something for you to aspire to, because now you've got a number, you've got a hard number of this is the audience that I can capture. There's a large audience there. Now, how do we know that they're your audience? Let's get into it. How do they know? How do I know that they're interested in what I'm delivering? Let's get into it. Okay. This one is for Tanya for Accent and Glory, right? Because I know her product intimately. I know her product. I don't have the earrings on. I just got dressed, but I normally have Cara Shell earrings on because I've been collecting them for like 20 years, right? So her jewelry is Cara Shell jewelry, and you just saw she does handbags as well, Afrocentric. Check it out, Accent and Beauty. Now, searches for Black hairstyles have increased up to 15%. That means like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, the searches have 15x'd. There's 15 more. Now you can get those same stats for your particular niche of what your business is, but it's important for you to understand that everyone goes on Google to research. People go on YouTube to research. What happens on YouTube? YouTube, you look at a video, now you're seeing that video from that same person or entity and like material. The algorithm is showing that to you. Same thing with Pinterest. You've got to type something in the URL in order for it to move. Once you land on something, pick something, click something, open something, the algorithm says, got you. We know what you like. We're going to send more information or more education from this particular creator and also creators like them. That's how it works. So that's how you're able to get it. Now, Bianca's also in the room and Jacqueline's in the room. Ladies, please let me know what your businesses are. I want to, Accent and Glory did. It's too many zeros. Tanya, I can't even say that number. My college educated self cannot. It's 375 and 7 zeros. So 375 and 7 zeros after that. That's how many members are using YouTube as well, right? It's crazy. So what's happening is there's this explosion that's happening where people want more, they want to support small businesses more. They want more transparency in the products and the retailers that they're purchasing from. They also want to understand that what they're buying is quality, and they want to learn more about the product and the company. They want to learn more about you. And in order for them to do that, you've got to create this culture clenching content that draws your tribe. You've got to create it, but then you'll captivate them and eventually you'll be able to convert them. And that's the pattern of Pinterest, right? And so anybody can make it on Pinterest. Pinterest is for it's for the new entrepreneur, it's for the startup, it's for the business that's pivoting and shifting their business. How many of you are shifting your business? How many? Because I'm shifting. I'm shifting. I walked away from Pinterest and now I'm shifting back and making it a focal point. So Pinterest is for everybody and it's also for the bigger brands. Get this. If you're looking for sponsorship, it's easier to connect with them. If you're connecting with their information on Pinterest, right? And you're connecting with their information. This is just a strategy I'm throwing out. I don't know if you want to pick it up on LinkedIn. Now your name and your company is familiar. Because normally when somebody hits you up on Pinterest and they click on you, now they're going to see your content just automatically because the algorithm thinks that they want to see it. So now you're showing up in front of this possible sponsor for your next event, for your next product, for your next podcast. So it's important for us to understand there's a lot of strategies that can happen behind the scenes when it comes in, right? It's a lot. And so I want you to understand that. So there's another stat. Off-platform brand. Off-platform means not a major brand. Okay. I just don't know why they just didn't say like, not a major brand or non-major brand. Sometimes they talk a little, Pinterest talks a little different sometimes. You just got to read between the lines. So I'm going to talk for them. Okay. Not a big brand. Okay. Not a big brand. Those small brand searches are 10 times higher on Pinterest than on any other platform. That is the biggest aha moment that any small business that is trying to make it should hear. Out of all the stats, if you're a small business, if you're pivoting, if you're starting over, if you got a small email list, you don't have a big following on Facebook, you don't have a big following on Instagram, like nobody is really clicking on your reels on either of those platforms or any other platforms. Nobody's checking for you on TikTok. Guess what? Guess where they'll be checking for you? On Pinterest, because it's 10 times higher on Pinterest than on TikTok, than on Facebook. All right. The searches for small brands, small businesses are 10 times higher on Pinterest than on any other platform. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's TikTok, Threads. I ain't even on Threads, but Threads. Okay. Did y'all hear that? Did somebody hear that? I need to know in the comments if that resonated with you. That should be the number one reason, especially if you have a small following. You have a low number on your email list. This is how you grow it. This is how you grow it. And I'm not saying drop the others, right? I'm not saying drop the others. So, Accent and Gloria said more reasons why Pinterest will remain my social media bae. Like, okay, a search engine is always bae because you ain't got to work on a search engine. The search engine works for you. You just got to show up and set your things up. It's like showing up for a tea party. You got to have your silverware in a certain area. Your coffee cup is in a certain area. How you pick it up with your pinky out and you sip. You just got to show up decent and in order on Pinterest, and the algorithm will do the same. It will do the rest. It will move your content along, right? But I'm not telling you to drop everything and go to Pinterest. I always suggest that if we are going to go into different platforms, we got to show up in 3 places. We got to show up in the number one place that you feel comfortable, because if you feel comfortable in that place, guess what? You're going to show up. You show up where you feel comfortable. So that's number one. So if you're comfortable on Facebook, don't believe the hype that your clients aren't on Facebook. Your clients aren't on every platform. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck, okay? But you don't show up on every platform. Show up in the ways that make sense so that you can be consistent and so that you can start to establish relationships with your prospective clients. So the first place you want to show up is the social media platform that you feel comfortable in. Because you're going to show up in that, like you're going to show up and that's not work. Because you play in that. Then I want you to show up in another platform where you feel like your clients are. Maybe you went to a workshop and someone said you need to be on LinkedIn, right? So you're trying to learn at LinkedIn, right? Trying to learn at LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is not hard. You show up 2 to 3 times on LinkedIn consistently, it'll work for you, right? And you need an SEO platform. That SEO platform may be your first or second. So if that's the case, then you only have 2 platforms that you're focusing on. But some people want to spread their wings. My number one platform, I do Facebook and Instagram collaboratively. My VA post on both platforms simultaneously. It's easy with Meta. So Facebook and Instagram are one, right? YouTube is my number two because I'm a video babe. Like child, I can show up on video and be good. I don't need no prep time. I'm good. So it's easy for me. Those are 2 easy platforms. And if you're repurposing YouTube onto your Facebook and Instagram, ooh, but I don't know if y'all picking up what I'm putting down, right? And then of course, and it really is my third largest platform, it's Pinterest. Pinterest is my third. Everyone thinks it should be my number one. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to pay more attention to the details of Pinterest during the months of today, from the months of today through September. Hiring a dedicated person whose only job is to really make sure my Pinterest and my LinkedIn are engaged. It's not that I don't have the content, it's just the time. Just because I'm capable of doing all the things doesn't mean I have the capacity to do all the things. So because I've learned this over time, and I want you to learn this for yourself as well, we have to figure out what's important. And Pinterest is super important to me because I'm gearing up for Black Friday. And remember, I'm gearing up to gear up for Black Friday. So in order for that to happen, there's some prep work that needs to come in. So hopefully those off-branded searches that you're looking for, it'll just take you off the stratosphere. So there was one question that I did receive from Terrence, and Terrence says, I have a product-based business and my product-based business is not moving. Excuse me. Will Pinterest help my products to move faster? Ooh, I got another stat. For Terrence. Got another stat. Baby, people are shopping on Pinterest. The platform shifted about a year and a half ago. Now, people have always been shopping on Pinterest, but Pinterest has evolved and grown their base. So, like, the platform is so different. It's like night and day if you were to go there. It's important for you to understand that shopping is really what's driving Pinterest, because Pinterest wants to keep creatives and entrepreneurs happy because they know that we are the crux of the users. We are the reasons why the average person on the street is going to be up at night Googling their problem and going to the pin that any entrepreneur posted onto Pinterest as the solution. So they know as long as the entrepreneurs and creators are happy and they are continually able to use the platform, then we are going to be more of service to their users. They want to keep us there and they want to keep us happy. So it's a win-win. So there is a whole shopping platform. You have the option to be able to place your own products in where they just click a link and then they go directly to your online store. It's so seamless, right? And so there's a kind of a soup that happens with how to really monetize the platform of Pinterest. It's not as simple as, oh, I'm just going to throw all of my store on Pinterest, because that's not enough information and education. Remember, people get on Pinterest for information, education, and inspiration. They want to feel like, oh, this product's going to help me get there. This service is what I've been looking for. I've been looking for more information, right? So that's why the articles are important. That's why video content is important. That's why your reels that you convert into idea pins on Pinterest are important. That's why your online shop is important. It's why your collaborations are important. It's why all of your boards are important, because your boards show all of the different parts and layers of your business, because you're more than just a one-trick pony. Your business ebbs and flows. I'll take Accented Glory. Yeah, she makes, if you read her description, she makes accessories for natural hair, right? Afrocentric hair care accessories, right? But then if you look at her online store, she has earrings. She has this amazing, like, I bought this beautiful choker. Like, I went to her spot. She was somewhere that was close to where I was. And I said, oh, she like, she right down the street. Let me go down there and pull up and get this choker that I saw on this Instagram live that she did. And I snatched that thing up. She has purses now. She's doing classes where she's teaching you how to make your own accessories. Listen, I just listed like 6, 7 different things. Yeah, 6, 7 different things. So she's more than a one-trick pony, and your business is too. I'm sure if you were to really think about all the pieces of your business, you would be able to do that. And so Pinterest allows you to highlight those things without confusion. And it allows you to be able to show up in a place where people are looking for you. And it also, this is the most important thing about Pinterest. Let me take a sip on this. I'm drinking ginger mint tea. I slice up fresh ginger and I buy my mint fresh and I keep it on the teapot. I put some water in it, honey, little honey, and now I'm hooked on lime. So I don't do lemon. I'll squeeze like a little bit of lime juice. Real limes, I could buy the lime juice, but I'm a North Carolina girl. We like to do everything from scratch. So that's what I'm sipping on. This is a last bit of tea because this podcast is just to set you up on the why. And I hope that at the end of it, you got the why. I hope that you understood the why. I hope you understand how this can impact your business in terms of growing your visibility, attracting new clients, and selling more products. This is how we monetize, right? The last thing is that the products that you place on Pinterest never die. And I'm not talking about everything you put on the internet stays on the internet type of junk. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about every time somebody is typing in the URL a keyword that matches your products and your services that you have posted pins to on Pinterest, whether it was last week, last month, last year. I'm still getting hits from 5 years ago. They're typing something in where my products are still hitting. The URL is hitting their searches. They're still in there. It's evergreen content. It's content that you can always point people to. And this is the hidden piece that people miss. They miss this mark all the time. Pinterest isn't some place where you post content and then you hope other people see it. It's also a resource for you to point and drive people to it. If you've posted an article about how to transfer stocks into municipal bonds in an easy, effective way that's going to generate a revenue. If you've posted that and it's on Pinterest, Why would you not leverage that Pinterest link for that article to drive people back to it? And the reason why is if they read the article, this is key. If they read the article and you flesh that article out the way you should, and I have a key person I connect my clients with. So I'm not going to go through all of that. There is a system and a way to write articles so that it's always driving traffic back to you. It's like a it's like a circle. It's like a ball. It's like playing kickball. When you kick a ball to one link, then that link kicks it back to another link, and then that link kicks it back to another link. And so now you've got this person that's getting all of this content. They're consuming all of this content, and all the while they're thinking you're the amazing person that they needed. You're the amazing product that they wished for. They just thought about this thing that they needed, and here you are popping up. But not only did you not pop up with one resource, you popped up with multiple resources, because after I finished this article, there was a suggestion to click on a couple of more. So I clicked on a couple of more, and then there were more suggestions. And you've got so much content, you've got so much education, you've got so much information, right? Then now I'm excited because now I know you're the real deal. You didn't just give me one article. One article is a one-trick pony, right? You gave me multiple pieces of content that proved to me that you aren't new to this. You've been true to this as an entrepreneur, right? As a creative. I trust you because you got some salt in the game, right? You've grown some roots. You've given me so much information for free that, of course, I'm going to buy your product. And if I can't buy your product now, you are going to be the first that I think about when I'm in a position to purchase it later. I don't think y'all heard that one. Because sometimes we want people to do it now, right? But people are going to move on their time. And what I realized is that people watch me for a long time, not because they don't trust me, but because I command a higher price point. And so because I command a higher price point, they may not be in a position to be able to afford me now. But when they do, I'm the first person. And that's what Pinterest does for you. It gives you brand recognition. It positions you as the expert, right? It puts you in places and in front of people that you would never find any other place. And it leverages all of the content, not just the one reel, not just the one article. It leverages all of your content in this soup of information and education that delivers so much to the user that they want to stay connected to you. You got one more person on their list. And you don't know who that person could be. That person could be just a regular smegular person, but that person could also be like a coach. They could have a community. They could have a mom's group. So if they're excited about you, guess what they're going to do? They're going to talk about you to their community. They're going to open you up to your community. It's now your content on Pinterest has grown legs. So these are the reasons why. And Terrence, definitely jump into Pinterest. Make sure to click the Pinterest the link for the Pinterest one-on-one. You definitely want to make sure that you grab that, because that's going to walk you through all the steps to be able to go through Pinterest. And once you do that, you'll be able to really understand it. The link for the Pinterest one-on-one is scrolling underneath, www.101pinterest.com. Remember, it's free today. Now, this is at the time of this broadcast, but I'm about to put a price on it like Friday. Put a price on it. Alrighty. But it's definitely going to be something very small, because it is probably 15 modules of information. They're short modules, but they get you right to the point, and they help you to break down all the things. So you want to make sure that you get those. Listen, thank you to Bianca. Thank you to Jacqueline. Thank you so much to Michelle and Tanya. Let me tell you that at the end of the day, if you want the most bang for your buck and you don't want to pay for ads, and most of you aren't ready for ads anyway, Pinterest is going to be your go-to. If you're thinking about ads, go to Pinterest first. Get your Pinterest game up so that now you can spend money on ads responsibly, right? Think about it. Thank you so much, everybody, for jumping in. I'm your girl, Paula Marie, aka the Ebony Biz Diva. Listen, day one of the Pinterest Room podcast is a wrap. If you have any questions or if you're hashtag replay and you're like, you know what, I have a question about Pinterest, type it in the comments. I'll definitely get a notification. I'll circle back around and I'll answer it next week. Same time, same bat channel. Okay. Talk to you soon. Peace.